guys, today it's time for another Top 5 Wednesday. This week's topic are your favorite female-female couples. I'm incredibly excited for this topic, can't wait to talk about this. Now I decided to include two non-bookish couples simply because they are so important to me as a female-female couple, and I just could not make this list without including them. Another disclaimer I do want to give is that I didn't want to do this, but I had to include one non-canon couple. There is so many great canon couples, and if you're interested in it, I would love to do a video about all kinds of female-female relationships in books in general, so I can just recommend some more fiction to you with female-female couples in them. But just from my personal list, I could not do it without including this non-canon couple. So first off, I have Anna and Natalie from First Position by Melissa Braden. This is a female-female romance book that I absolutely loved, and I just loved the relationship between these two. I think just their whole development was great. It's not really enemies to lovers, but their relationship has a little bit of a rocky start because they are both in the same ballet company. And you know how it is with like cliche ballet world. If there is a new girl coming in who is maybe taking all of your solos from you, that's not really gonna make you happy. So that's kind of how their relationship starts, and then it develops absolutely beautifully. It's so good. I love them so much. I think they're a great couple. I think just their overall storyline is great. This book is great. If you're planning on picking this book up, I just want to mention that this is an adult romance, so that means there's some explicit scenes in there just as a kind of warning, but I love this book and I love this relationship and it's just great. I'd highly recommend reading the book. It's wonderful. My number 4 is Zara and Eli from Echo After Echo by Amy Rose Capetta. Now these would probably be a little bit higher up the list, but I just recently read this book, so it's like kind of fresh and not yet too like woven into my heart, but they are amazing. Another relationship that I think has a really great development. I love all of the kind of different feelings involved there in general, and like the representation. I think it also has some really great realistic aspects to it, and how this kind of theater business can, you know, impact your relationship. Just so many beautiful moments between these two. I mean, if you have read the book, just think of what Zara decided to gift Eli. That moment made me like, I just wanted to die, because I was like, if someone would do that for me, I would probably want to marry them. So just, yeah, I think this is a really great relationship. I think even though this is YA, it just has a really good like foundation, and it feels very just not so like fluffy and ha, but like just good, and I just, yeah, just really love this. So our number 3 is my non-canon couple, and in general I gotta say there's a lot of issues about this couple, and I thought long and hard about, you know, if I wanted to include this couple, because there's so many things that we could discuss about this couple, but I absolutely could not do this list without this couple, because this is basically maybe the first kind of female-female romance that I ever shipped. Okay, I just gotta get it out there and talk about it. It's a ship from Sailor Moon, which I think most people would probably think Haruka and Michiru, because they are basically the only female-female couple in there. But I never really had the attachment to them as a child, because in the German translation they were kind of portrayed as cousins, so that took a long while for me to understand. The relationship I want to talk about, and that just means a lot to me, is between Usagi and Saya. Now, hear me out, okay? First of all, I get that in the anime, when they kind of have a thing, Saya is a man. So that's the kind of first issue. I don't want to get into a gender discussion here, but really this is just the body. Saya is still a woman, you know, in every aspect. This is really just a male body that this whole group gets into to, you know, just reach their goals. So I don't want to have a huge discussion about it. That's just how I feel about it. Then I have heard a couple of people say that they find this relationship a little bit problematic. I also get where people are coming from, but just hear me out with saying that this is just a relationship that I found incredibly important for my kind of personal development of like sexuality and romantic feelings. As I said, it's really kind of the first female-female ship that I had. I just really appreciate it, and I know that this is not the best portrayal, and like we can discuss about Usagi and her feelings, whether you are thinking that she doesn't have feelings at all or she does have feelings. You should add that, you know, Usagi thinks Saya is a man. So there's just all of these issues issues in there, but for me it was always like pretty clear that Saya was a woman, whatever body she was in. But I think also if you look at the manga, it's more like cross-dressing, I think, if I remember correctly. I don't really want to talk about it, but at the same time I just knew I had to, because as I said, basically the first female-female ship I had, and while it's never really a couple thing, and as I said, I definitely would say this is non-canon, I definitely think that there is a lot of things in the anime that show that there's definitely feelings involved on both sides. More from Saya than from Usagi, but I do think Usagi has feelings as well. And yeah, just let me be in peace with this relationship. I don't want to hear thoughts on like cheating or whatever, because I don't care, and I certainly did not care when I was like 8 years old. I actually remember kind of vaguely the moment when I realized that Saya was not a man but a woman, and how in the beginning that confused me, and then it just made me happy. So really, it just means a lot to me. I couldn't make this list without it. I'm just gonna stop talking about it now. My number 2 is Cass and Swift from The Abyss Surrounds Us by Emily Skrutsky. This is another beautiful female-female couple. I love them both so much. I love their relationship so much. I just love their dynamics in general. They are really kind of waiting for this moment where they are both like on the same level and on the same page. It's just beautiful. I think it's such a healthy portrayal, which is wonderful. Also, it's pirates, guys. It's pirates in love, which is my favorite thing of all time, especially if it's a female-female romance. This is still an incredibly underrated book. It's so good, and honestly, if you're looking for SFF with female-female romance in it, oh my god, you need to read this! And my number 1 is Laura and Camila from the Camila web series. I had to make them number 1 because this is another couple that just means so fucking much to me. This is really the first time where I think I was like consciously shipping an FF couple. You know, as I said, like with Sailor Moon, I just kind of realized at some point I wasn't really able to like sort my general feelings. I was a child. I just really loved like romantic storylines as a child already. But with Laura and Camila, it was the first time where I was like rooting for their relationship, and where I like really understood the kind of sexual tension between them. Oh. There's like the scenes going through my head. Everything about this makes me so happy. I'm so glad that this web series exists. I think what I also really appreciated about this couple is that these are both femme. I mean, we're obviously getting so much more FF portrayal in media, but for a long time, and I mean the Camila web series is now a couple of years old, for a long time all we saw was like butch lesbians. FF representation is great, and you know, I want everything of it, but you know, I thought that you would have to be like a butch or like a tomboy, and so I think that was also something that I incredibly appreciated about their relationship. Just seeing both of these girls that are like very femme, that just made me so happy, and it's just so beautiful, and I just love everything. Actually seeing these two girls kissing and just loving each other and just being all cute, and then when they hate each other, and then when they make up, and their whole relationship just means so much to me. Fucking love them. Anyway, these were my favorite female-female couples. Obviously, I want to know some of your favorite female-female couples in the comments down below. I'm excited for maybe some book recommendations as well. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I guess I'll see you soon. Bye!